Good afternoon. I would like to thank Mrs. Donahue for leading this meeting in my absence. First, I would like to follow up on an email that I sent out to all intermediate campuses earlier this week. The Commissioner of Education has notified Texas school districts this week that the 5th and 8th grade STAR testing dates would shift to April 20th for the 2014-2015 school year. Superintendents, math educators, and members of the State Board of Education had asked the Commissioner to consider a potential shift in the testing date due to the ongoing transition to the revised state curriculum standards in mathematics. Commissioner Williams said, "After visiting with superintendents, teachers, parent representatives, and district testing coordinators, it is apparent that shifting the math testing date provides a bit more time to better prepare our students in grades 5 and 8. Earlier this year, Commissioner Williams announced that the Student Success Initiative, SSI, requirement that students in grades 5 and 8 must pass the STAR mathematics assessment in order to move on to the next grade level is suspended for this school year. Suspension of the 5th and 8th grade mathematics requirement applies only for the 2014-2015 school year. The STAR mathematics assessment in grades 5th and 8th will only be administered one time this school year." I would like to take this time to continue to discuss how wonderful the lessons for learning that are posted on an Edmodo are. I sent out emails earlier this week to the core contact members of each campus, informing teachers of the most recent posts. Also, Cora has sorted the 3rd grade Lone Star Rigorous Problem Solving series by TEKS and saved them into separate PDF documents. So if a teacher wants to look at problems that are for certain TEKS, she can just print that PDF file. Some are combined, in which case each TEK is listed. Just a reminder that this year Crowley ISD does have the free iStation Math Preview. I have received several emails about students completing the program. Please keep in mind that since this is a preview, not all lessons are complete at this time. It is time for the middle of the year iStation Math Assessment. When students are ready to complete this assessment, they need to go to the assessment website listed on this slide. The middle of the year assessment window is December through February. The iStation Math reports are very similar to iStation Reading. Based on previous reading results, students scoring Index 1 and 2 typically are on track to pass the STAR assessment. I'm anxious to see how the math data from iStation aligns with the STAR results. Once students have completed the middle of the year assessment, teachers will be able to see the trend line for the anticipated end of year results. This is an example of a class report that quickly identifies which students fall into each of the 3 categories. This will help with student intervention and enrichment. We also have the TIMI assessment quickly approaching for kindergarten through 2nd grade. The middle of the year assessment is Form B. Please be sure to check all campus data so that the deadlines are met. After the beginning of the year assessment, several campuses and teachers missed the deadline. I would begin verifying data on your campus before the February 6th deadline and checking with teachers to be sure that all district deadlines are met. The Curriculum and Instruction Department is sending the spring benchmarks to a printing company again with this benchmark. All answer documents will be loaded into Eduphoria, and campuses are responsible for printing their own answer keys. All the benchmark blueprints are available on the CTL under the 4th 6 weeks tab. Please notice on this 3rd grade example that the benchmarks will mirror the STAR blueprints, and all standards, including standards not yet taught, will be assessed. For the 4th 6 weeks, all STAR tested subjects will only take the benchmark and not local assessments. Keep in mind that since 2nd grade is not STAR tested, they will still complete the local assessments. Please notice the district assessment window and the scanning deadline. Please review the 4th grade blueprint. Please notice the information is very similar to the previous 3rd grade blueprint. The 5th grade benchmark will test earlier than the previous 2 grades. This test will be administered January 26th through the 30th. Again, the 6th grade blueprint mirrors the previous 3rd and 4th grade benchmark blueprints and will be administered February 2nd through the 6th. A few local assessment updates. As previously stated, The STAR tested content areas will only take the benchmark for the fourth 6 weeks. Keep in mind that for the second semester, second grade students will take the local assessments independently. Teachers may provide assistance with unfamiliar words throughout the year, as this is an allowable accommodation for students taking the STAR math exam in grade 3. The fourth 6 weeks video should be posted soon on the CTL. Thank you all for videoing your teachers. This video is not specific to math. It highlights 4 instructional strategies from Lead Forward and would be beneficial to any elementary or intermediate teacher. The February 16th professional development training is quickly approaching. We have many specialists leading these trainings. If you go to the CTL website and select trainings, and then select training opportunities, you can see that the flipbook is available for this date. As you can see, the morning is devoted for the district staff development date, and the afternoon time is for campus PLCs. We are also bringing in a Debbie Diller representative in the morning for 3rd through 6th grade. In order to book her for the morning, we must pay for the full day. The afternoon, we have scheduled a K through 2 training for any teacher that needs support or specialists that were training in the morning and missed the session. Since that overlaps with the campus PLC times, teachers will need to get campus approval before registering. The next ULEAD Academy for specialist coaches and APs is February 10th. I would recommend that all specialists attend the turnaround workshop if your campus administrator approves. Don't forget that we have a lot of great information on the STAR Forward site. The password is Confident Leader, all one word. If you have not watched the November webinar, it is very informative on how to adapt intervention. The December webinar is over analyzing assessments. This comes in very handy now that we have the data for the fall benchmark and are about to complete the spring benchmark in January or February. Thank you again, Ms. Donahue, for facilitating this training. The next meeting is scheduled for January 9th. Please email me topics that you would like to cover or areas where you feel you need additional support. Thank you.